It's been quite a few weeks since I've been able to work on cars. Had the flu, finished a garden and built a shed and sold a car, but enough excuses, let's get back to work. I'm going to be changing up the way I do my videos, as with the Corsa, a few small parts and me learning to paint held up a build by a good few weeks if not months. While I'll be filming the videos as I go along, I'm saving them all up so when the car's complete and the cost breakdown video's been filmed, I'll be setting this actual video live. I anticipate it'll be 3 to 4 videos per car going live on Monday nights. I also intend to keep track of how many hours I put in so we can work out if the cars are actually profitable in reality rather than just as a hobby. Today's video is going to be a talk through the auction, what I expect it all to cost on the road and how I'm going to get this car sorted. First, let me talk about the plans for the car. This car's not being bought to flip. It's being bought as a family car for my wife with a budget of around a couple of grand on the road. As a family man with 2 kids and a wife, so we need to get a 5-door car as the 3-door Corsas, C1s, etc. So I've been on the lookout for a 5-door car which is fairly small, economical, and ideally cheap to fix with some good years of service left in it. So off I go looking for something like a Corsa Fiesta, Yaris or a Mini, with under 100,000 miles. Small scratches in the bodywork don't really matter for us, for daily drivers, as they all pick up car park dings and things like that at the supermarket. So I really don't care, but it does need a nicer fixed seat mount for the booster seat my youngest son uses. I've been in quite a few cars, but this one's the one I won. When you look at the front near side, the headlight looks good, as you can see in the pictures. We'll go through this first of all. It's a Category N Ford Fiesta 1.6, done 75,000 miles, which is roughly where I want it to be. Manual, it comes fairly well, and we got it for quite a good little deal, I believe. Now I've got all these pictures downloaded to my computer individually, so we'll go through them there. That makes it a lot easier. So if we start on the front. You look at the front, the headlight looks good. There's scratches on the bumper, which clearly shows it's been a little well loved. Obviously the Ford sign's worn out and we need to replace that, because I do like my cars to look reasonably well, even though I'm not after perfection. It does come with a 1.6 Durasec engine, and it looks to overall be a nice car. So on to the second picture and we'll see the damage. As you can clearly see, it's been in a bit of a front end on this corner. And there's damage to the wing. Likely the headlight has been smashed and not just a bracket when you look at the picture. So in detail in this area, it looks like it's been smashed, but we'll find out when that turns up. With any luck, it's just the tabs. The bumper has a crack in it, right here. But that looks like it should be repairable, as long as this mount area is in good condition. The wheel's pointing out compared to if you look here, compared to picture 1 where the wheel's straight. Now I know typically Copart don't change the wheel position as they're walking on the car, so I'm guessing it's going to need a track rod and probably a track rod end as well. That would be expected. And so we're on to the third picture, and the car looks in pretty good condition. I've just noticed going through this for the video, this lovely long scratch here. I hope that's not too deep. I certainly want a bid on the car, knowing about that, because I would want to fix that in reality. But we shall see. It's one of them things you wish you spotted before you put the bid in. But it's a bit late for it now. If we go to picture 4, for some reason it's not on the computer. There we go. You can see from this angle it looks like it's a fairly nice car. Doesn't look like there's any damage, but as we've already seen, there's a bit different about that. Get to the inside of the car. The biggest plus is it doesn't need airbag kits. The floor mat's well left to taste, and it looks like that's quite high up, so I'm guessing there's probably a bit of rubbish to be hidden away under there. The steering wheel looks a little bit dirty and manky. When you get to picture 6, again it's the same, a bit dirty, but having kids, I know that's exactly what happens, and we'll just give that a good clean. I'm not afraid of a bit of graft to clean the car. Get to picture 7, this is the engine. It's fairly standard. It's lost its water, so it's probably going to need a rad pack, or if I'm really lucky, it's just the heater bottle, the expansion bottle. But that's highly unlikely. Also, when I look at the engine bay, I'm looking for any sort of signs of damage down here, to give me hints on the rad pack. None of that looks damaged, but we know the impact is a bit lower on the offside. Clearly the battery's flat because they've lifted that up to jump start it. But that's what you expect from a Copart car, really, a flat battery. So on to the next picture. It's just a little one. It shows the engine runs. It's got 75,500 miles on the clock. We know he's got the hazards on from previous pictures, so that's not really a big deal. There's no other warning lights that I'd really be worried about. So let's just see if it actually moves when we get it. Back to picture 9, it's a bit more of a detailed picture of the crash damage. As we can see, the wheels sort of pointing out. It looks straight in the suspension strut, so I'm guessing it's just the steering arm that's gone. But that picture shows that headlight is probably broken. Probably going to replace it, but we can hope for a bit of good luck. And the bonnet all looks straight and clean, so I'm quite happy with that. Picture 10, well, there's a rear fog light that needs doing, so I wonder if there's any damage behind here as well, or if that's just somebody's reversed into a post or whatever. We'll find out. Picture 11's the spare wheel well. Again, that's what I'm going to have to check out when it gets here, because there's obviously a reason they took that picture. I'm guessing it's not just to tell us it has a spare wheel. But we shall see when that turns up. Picture 12, it looks to be absolutely manky as anything, if I'm completely honest. Comes with one key by the looks of it. That steering wheel has got to be replaced. I'm not letting my wife drive with that. It looks worn out at the top and just absolutely manky around the sides where it's a half leather steering wheel. Can't be that expensive for just the steering wheel rather than the titanium controls. So we'll get that sorted. It's no big deal. Onto the underside. If you look very closely under here, you can just see that there's your drive shaft. There's your steering arm that looks like it's got a kink in it. So again, that confirms this issue. Look at the rear tyres. That'll be the near side. Looks like a decent tread. The offside looks like it's legal, but a bit too close. We'll go through that in a second. Not quite sure why they put this picture in. I'm guessing they're trying to show the interior is a bit dirty. They seem quite keen on that one, but all I can see is there's rubbish under the mats, which, let's face it, it's what a lot of Copart cars come like. And the last full picture, just of the wheels. So this is the offside rear. It looks like it's legal just about. Certainly doesn't look like there's plenty of life left in that tyre. I'm not too worried about curbing. Again, it's only a daily drive car. It's probably going to get more curbing the way we drive them, for a daily drive anyway. We live quite... The parking, there's a curb opposite where we park, and it's sometimes quite difficult to miss the curb when you're reverse parking in. But that's part and parcel where we live. The near side rear tyre, looking at it, looks like it's nearly new. And when you look at the date mark, I think that reads 2018. So it's only a couple of years old, but it's some random brand I've never heard of. So I'm guessing it's some budge. But it's a fairly well-treaded tyre. It'll go through an MLT without no problem. The front near side tyre, again, it looks to be reasonable amounts of tread on it. Can't see a date on it. But it looks to be in reasonably good condition. And then you get to the one that's clearly been in the impact. It's looking like a little bit like an elastic band at the bottom, so I'm guessing it's flat. Looking at this tread, there's not an awful lot of tread left on that one. If it's legal, I'd be surprised. But that's mainly a quick walk around this car. So we will be getting this car. It's due to turn up with me tomorrow. So I'll be filming a walk around tomorrow or the day after. But again, it'll be shown realistically a week after this video goes live. And then the following week we'll be getting into the repairs. So you're probably looking at 2 weeks till we actually do the repair videos on the vehicle. but let's see if what we can see works out. So thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and leave some comments. It really does help, and I usually respond to most comments. We will be doing a full cost breakdown in the last video, so I'm not going to go into what it cost us now.